How's everyone doing tonight? We have got 3 breaks. Not going to take us too awfully long tonight. I guess Unparalleled is probably the longest of the 3. But we're going to be opening up a TriStar Game Day Greats autograph football jersey and another case of National Treasures Collegiate football, and then a single case of Unparalleled. We have been opening Unparalleled in 2 case breaks, and we're going to go back to the 2 case break format as well. But I don't know, I think it was release night. We did a single case, and we'll do this single case tonight, and then everything else will be double cases from here on in. Before we start ripping into packs and such, we have a little bit of information to go over. First up there, feedback. That's an easy one. Just to let you know, I automated that. And because the question, believe it or not, the question comes up a lot about when do I leave feedback. And it's really as simple as I don't have enough hours in the day, right? So I automated it, and that way, as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return, and you never have to wait for me to find those extra 2 or 3 hours in the day that I never seem to find. And of course, the most important thing there is a big thank you, and that's because I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me, those of you who stop by to chat and hang out and watch the breaks. So whatever brings you by, I'm glad to have you. So thanks for joining tonight. We are looking right now at a list of breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. This is the stuff that is already up and available for bidding on eBay that will be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. So tomorrow night will be a second case of Origins football, and it will be a third and final case of Crown Royal basketball. It will also be our first case of Chronicles baseball. That comes out tomorrow. We're going to bust into it tomorrow night. If you're not familiar with that, it's really pretty cool, guys. They take all of the card sets that Panini doesn't produce in baseball, Spectra and Cornerstones and I don't know, there's a bunch of them. I can't even think of all of them, but there's probably, 10, 12 different brands that they don't make in baseball. So they put rookie cards in there. They make rookie cards in all those card sets, and that's what goes into Chronicles. And of course, you can pull out autograph versions, and there's base cards in there too, and etc. But anyway, if you haven't checked it out, you might give it a look. It's a pretty cool product. On Saturday, we will open a 3-peat basketball box, 3 autograph memorabilia items in that. Another half case of our Leaf autograph football jerseys. It'll be the start of a new case. And man, our last case finished up with a sonic boom last night. That was an incredible half case. Saturday night is also an eighth case of Clearly Authentic baseball, and that is the last of the Clearly Authentic that I have on hand. And we will open a 3rd case of National Treasures Collegiate football on Saturday night as well. Sunday we'll open a triple play baseball box, the last case, 3rd and final case of Leaf Flash football, and a 2nd case of Chronicles baseball. Monday we're going to do all free shipping breaks, I should say. Let me clarify that. It is memorabilia and some 2-box breaks of stuff that we haven't opened in a while. So we've got a multi-sport jersey break, and that's where spots will be sold by the first letter of the last name. So Joe Montana would be M, Terry Bradshaw would be B, etc. We'll open an autographed basketball jersey, an autographed baseball jersey, and another half case of autographed football jerseys. We'll open 2 boxes of 2013 playbook and 2 boxes of 2010 plates and patches. On Tuesday night, we'll open a single box of 2014 black gold football and 2 whopping cases of Unparalleled football in a 16-box break on Tuesday night. So that's the days ahead, but you know what? We've got business to take care of tonight, don't we? So first up tonight will be our Game Day Greats autograph football jersey. That's a single jersey. As you may know, I think most of you have bid with me before, our free shipping stuff usually goes out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. So I'm projecting that jersey to get out the door no later than Wednesday the 29th. Often it gets out a little sooner, but no later than Wednesday the 29th. And also in the jersey break, if you happen to get skunked and your team is not the team that is pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. Typically on the free shipping breaks, I hold on to those consolation cards and I ship them out the next time you pull a pull a card or an item, and then I put them in that package and it would all ship together. I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. If you don't want to wait, if you're in that free shipping break and you're like, hey, I want my consolation card right now, then you just let me know. I'll put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, it'll head your way. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that's National Treasures Collegiate and our Unparalleled Football. I'm projecting those to get out on Monday the 27th. I doubt that they get out any sooner than that, but if it is possible for me to get them out on Saturday, of course I would, but I kind of think Monday's our safest, most likely outcome there. Unparalleled, you don't have to worry about consolation cards. Every team will pull cards. In National Treasures Collegiate, if you get skunked in that break, I hope you don't, but if you do, your consolation cards will ship out with the rest of the break, okay? Because obviously it's paid shipping break. So that is where we sit tonight. So first up is 2018 TriStar Game Day Greats Autograph Football Jersey break number 27. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Thursday, the 23rd of August. And of course, we've got our team names there on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. We got Golf Pros, got a lot of spots in here. Looks like Kill Switch is in there quite a bit. I see Ian J. Brett. So there's quite a few of you. You've got your potential maxed out on these. So let's see who ends up being lucky tonight. Oh, you know what I forgot to do. I better move that. It'll mess the focus up. I know, I forgot to take the autofocus off, didn't I? And when that happens, it's not a fun night. Camera's constantly zooming in and out. Now it's all fixed up. Now we should be good to go. Jay Allen is here. Jay Allen, I'm with you. I really liked Chronicles last year. I didn't really like the base cards last year. I kind of thought they were ugly, to be honest. But I loved all the inserts and pulling the autographs on Spectra and Gold Standard and all the things we can't normally get in baseball with Panini. So I loved it last year. And the only thing I wasn't wild about, as I said, base cards. So this year they have added more inserts from different, more brands and less base cards. So I'm told. Anyway, so. And Greg is here and Jerry and Buckeye for fun all here. And this is Orlando Pace for the Rams. I thought that looked like a Rams jersey getting ready to come out of there. So there, of course, is your autograph. It's a little inscription down there, Hall of Fame. And the year looks like, I don't know if that says 16, maybe Hall of Fame in 2016 down there at the bottom. You have a JSA authentication sticker, which means a JSA authentication card. It looks like it's a little bent up. You can see it there, how they had the jersey in the box. Got your card a bit bent up and out of whack, but that's all right. The jersey's what matters, and the sticker that's on the item, that's the most important part. Doesn't matter. You could frankly lose that paper card and it wouldn't matter. As long as that sticker's attached, you're in good shape. So the Rams taking home our jersey tonight. It is a Hall of Fame Buckeye. Buckeye for fun. You are quite right. See, you should have had that. You should have had that spot tonight. You would have been happy then, right? That would have been an excellent little carryover for you. Let me get our spreadsheet set back up here. And you probably saw this. It was just up there, like a minute ago. But in case you didn't, here it is again. I'm not going to read through it at this moment in time, but if you haven't read it or you didn't hear me say it before, please do glance up there and take in the information that you see so you know what's going on. This is 4 boxes of 2018 National Treasures Collegiate Football. It's a full case break. It's break number 2. And we had some good luck with this last night too. This just came out yesterday and we pulled a nice Sam Darnold out of there, numbered to 5, that had a Rose Bowl patch on it. I mean, it was pretty smoking hot. I liked it. Overall, it was a good case last night. But let's be real. How many times do you have a bad case of National Treasures? I think I can answer that. It's none. It's none. You never have a bad case of National Treasures. It's one of my favorite products because it's always got loads of patches and one-of-ones, and it's mostly on-card autographs. It's just an awesome set. Yeah, Jay Allen, the base last year I thought on Chronicles was, well, frankly, it was just ugly. I haven't seen what the base looks like this year. I'm sure there's a picture of it. In fact, I probably even have it in the marketing materials on the listing, and I just don't remember what it looks like. But you know what? We didn't want Chronicles for the base last year anyway. We all wanted it for the inserts, and they're giving us more of those, so that makes me happy. I'm a happy camper with that. Jerry Rollin, Jerry, you are calling for some mojo. Well, I'll bring you some mojo, Jerry. Who are you looking for in here? And Mark is here. Hi, Mark. National Treasures boxes always have the most unique smell because they're basically a wooden cigar box, sort of, with kind of a lacquer type coating on them. And whenever you open a box of National Treasures, like actually, you know, pop the lid and open it, it has such a unique smell. It's kind of like, you know, how you get a new car and you have new car smell, and then when it fades away, you're kind of like, oh man, I miss my new car smell. That's kind of how I am with National Treasures. I like the new car smell of the National Treasures box. I know that's weird. Somebody's going, I'm sure. Probably a whole bunch of people are going, oh, you're so weird. I know. It's the small things that make me happy. What can I say? So I have had a couple of people tell me in the last couple of nights. In fact, I had one tonight, and I had one, was it last night or night before last, where somebody came out and said, hey, like, I thought I was the winning bidder on a team, and I was kind of excited, and then the next thing you know, the auction is over, and it says I lost, and I don't know what's going on. So, guys, I think, now I don't know about the one tonight, because the way he described it tonight sounded different, so I directed him to call eBay and see if there was some weird technical glitch or some craziness going on. But in general, I think a lot of that happens with Auction Sniper, right? If you guys don't use it, check it out. It's auctionsniper.com. You know I'm a big fan of it. But anyway, most of those bids that come through Auction Sniper, they end up being placed with just 1 or 2 seconds left in the auction, depending on how the user has indicated that they want it to be placed, the 1 or the 2 second mark. So you can literally be watching it and be ahead and be winning, and in 1 second time, in that last second before the auction ends, like enough time to blink but nothing else, somebody's Auction Sniper bid could be placed by that automated system, and the next thing you know, you end up seeing the auction close and you didn't win. And in a similar vein, it might still show you for a minute whatever a lower bid amount, right? Like it might show 1050 or something, and you're like, hey, wait a minute. But then if you were to hit refresh after the auction has ended and the snipe's been placed and all that, then all of a sudden you'll see it update with the new information and the higher bid and etc. But I know that can cause some confusion, so just be aware. If you ever have a situation like that, wait until the auction is over, has been over for, 30 seconds or so, hit the refresh, and then it should show you kind of what's going on. So, all right. So, hey, Benrod is here looking for some Lamar Jackson. Gina is here saying she feels the same way when she opens her consolation cards. All right, so let's see. We have a Tom Brady base card that is numbered to 49. That is first up. We have one base card per box for anybody who is interested in knowing that sort of thing. And here we have Sam Darnold, Deontay Burnett, and Ronald Jones. So we're looking at Buccaneers and the Jets and the Titans on this card. And of course, if you don't know how this works on the multi-team things, you have to own 51% or more to take it outright. So you would need to have 2 of those 3 teams. If you don't have 2 of those 3 teams, then that card's going to go to random.org and it'll be awarded that way. Here is Ricky Williams to 25. A reminder, everybody goes to their current NFL affiliated team. If someone is retired, it goes to the team they played for the longest number of seasons. DJ Chark to 49. I started saving the LSU Tigers. No, just because I'm reading LSU Tigers. Sorry, that would be for the Jags. DJ Chark and the Jags, 249. It's hard though, right? You see the college uniforms, it takes a minute. That's all I'm saying. Hey, there's a nice Fran Tarkenton to 5. That one is a sticker auto, which we do find from time to time with our Hall of Fame types. But Fran Tarkenton, a nice little hit there for the Vikings. That G, by the way, is for Georgia, okay? That's not for Green Bay. So once again, please keep in mind, since these are collegiate uniforms. Yeah, it's kind of what I ran down there just a minute ago. Will go to their current team, or for someone retired, it will go to the team they played for the longest. This is an undrafted free agent who subsequently signed with the Titans, and look at that Rose Bowl patch. Mamma mia, that is nice. That is numbered to 5. I think that might actually be a nicer piece of the Rose Bowl patch than we had for Sam Darnold last night. And I thought the one we had last night was pretty hot. You saw we had a redemption, right? Setting up there. We're leaving it. It'll be face down until the end of the break. Here is Sony Michel for the Patriots. And Sony is numbered 299. We are on to box number 2. And numbered to 25, it's J.J. Watt. Next out is Leonard Fournette to 99. On that little relic. We've got a dual relic, Cameron Petway. Oh my gosh, we had this relic last night. I can't remember this guy. He was an undrafted free agent, went to the Vikings. He has subsequently been waived by the Vikings. Kerryon Johnson is a Lion. However, if Cameron Petway has not signed with any other team in the interim, then he will still go to the Vikings. If he has signed with another team since he was waived by the Vikings, then of course it would go to the new and current team. You can use NFL.com to determine that info. You type in their name and it'll tell you if they're with a team. Alan Lazard, undrafted free agent that signed with the Jags. Rookie autographs to 99. It's Ito Smith and the Falcons. That one also a sticker autograph. Buckeye for fun. I agree with you. I really very much like the patch that we pulled for the Rose Bowl. Like, that was insanely good. And this is Robert Foster. And Robert Foster, why can't I think where Robert Foster goes? Why am I having a moment where I can't think where Robert Foster goes? So I'm going to have to set Robert Foster up there because I can't remember. We'll look him up. Uh-oh. Yeah, baby. That is numbered to 2. That is Cameron Petway again. So we will, because this is numbered to 2, we will definitely go double check and make sure that he is still headed to the Vikings. Again, he was undrafted, signed by the Vikings. Cut by the Vikings. Don't think he's signed anywhere in the meantime. Here comes Josh Allen for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, Steelers. Numbered to 49 with Josh Allen. What am I saying, Steelers? Josh Allen and the Bills. Josh Allen is the Bills. I'm sorry. I was looking ahead at something up there, and I thought, I don't know what I was doing. I lost my mind. It's Josh Allen and the Bills. Don't freak out, people. I know what I'm doing, sort of. I just let my mind wander for a second, and I thought yeah, well, never mind. This is Calvin Johnson. I'm so sorry. To 49. It happens sometimes, okay? It happens. My mind wanders occasionally. Not real often, but occasionally it does. This is John Elway to 99 going to the Broncos. Next out, we have Justin Jackson, and Justin Jackson is numbered 299. Yeah, Gina's is like, hey, when did Josh Allen get traded to the Steelers? I know. Justin Jackson is a Charger, by the way. Here's a nice Derek Carr to 25 for the Raiders. That's really quite nice. So if you have the Raiders, that is an awesome hit with a Derek Carr hard signed autograph to 25. And we've got a really nice looking card kind of lurking up here, and I'm going to let it lurk for a second. Joe Mixon, D.D. Westbrook, Baker Mayfield, and Pirine. So we are looking at the Bengals, the Jags, the Browns, and the Redskins on that card. And that's going to be same as. We're looking for someone to own 51% or more to take it outright, which means you'd have to have 3 of the 4 teams. If no one has 3 of the 4 teams, we'll use random.org to award it. Here comes Michael Gallup to 49 for the Cowboys. That's a nice hit, nice patch. Yeah, we're going to make that. That's going to be like the very last thing we look at. Oh, no, it's not either. Like I see 2 things I want to wait and look at. Marquez Valdez Scantling to 99. That one is a sticker. And Marquez Valdez Scantling, well, he's a Green Bay Packer. We know this because we pull him all the time, like every other pack, it seems like. Darius Geis numbered to 49. Darius Geis is coming out, of course, for the Redskins. Oh, man. Oh, we've got some really good stuff coming. You see, I'm making you wait. I know, that's so mean. This is Kerryon Johnson, and it is numbered to 99 for the Lions. But we have got some really nice stuff coming up here in a minute. Yeah, we do. It's so nice. Anthony Miller to 25 for the Chicago Bears. Like, so nice. Yeah. This is numbered to 99, and it is Josh Adams. It's a nice looking patch for Josh. He is an Eagle. Do you think maybe I should have gotten more sleep last night? I'm kind of feeling like I should have. There it is. Now that is for my Pittsburgh Steelers, and it is numbered to 5, and it is James Washington. And yeah, so sorry about a while ago. I called out Josh Allen. I didn't mean to do that, but like I said, occasionally I catch a glimpse of something. My mind might wander a hair here and there. But now you see the card for my Steelers, and it's a nice one. James Washington. Next up, this is numbered to 99. It is Luke Falk. That's a nice hit for the Titans. But here comes something that's about to make somebody extremely happy. Extremely happy. Because it's Joe Namath. Oh, boom. Numbered to 10. Hey. How about that? Joe Namath to 10. And this patch, I set this aside not so much for the player as I did for the patch, although the player's fine too. It's Mike White to 99 for the Cowboys, but I love that patch. I can't explain to you why I love it, because it's not, it's just a small little piece of it, but I really like it. And so, there you go. I set it aside because I really like the patch for Mike White and the Cowboys. But now this I set aside because of what's on the card. Okay, this is kind of a big deal right here. Because look who it is. It is Saquon Barkley, and it's Deshaun Hamilton. Oh, but guess what? It might be a 1 of 1. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. A laundry tag 1 of 1 with Saquon Barkley and Deshaun Hamilton. So that is the Giants on the top. That's the Broncos on the bottom. And both teams are just going, oh, please, 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 can I end up with that card? I understand, because it is really nice. And we're going to address that using random.org shortly. Our redemption is Mark Andrews, who I always want to call wrong, but I think is a Bengal. Let me double check here. See, I did call him wrong. Mark Walton is the Bengal. Mark Andrews is the Raven. I'll get that right one of these days. College Materials Signatures. We will, of course, go verify that on the Panini website. So we've got a handful of things that need to be handled here that are going to go to random and various things. So right now, Robert Foster, for some reason, I'm having a moment where I'm completely blanking out on who the heck Robert Foster is. So bear with me, and I'm going to look that up and figure out what team that goes to. I honestly, for some reason, I can't remember. I don't know why I can't, but I can't. Unless, as I said, either not enough sleep last night, or maybe all the bit of honey candy that I chewed up today has somehow or another short-circuited my brain, because I ate way more of that than I should have. I think I told you guys I got a big thing of that from Amazon the other day. They have that nasty habit of showing you things they think you want. And they were right. I wanted that big jug of bit of honey candy, but I probably shouldn't have had it. All right, I am searching now for Robert Foster. And Robert Foster, come on, buddy. He's loading, he's loading. All right, so Robert Foster, if it ever wants to load, I think is maybe a Buffalo Bill, but now it didn't load again. Sorry, guys, hang on. I don't understand what it's really doing right now. NFL.com is really giving me a little grief. But I don't want to leave that one uncalled. Come on, Robert Foster. All right, so that is this card here. And he is, what is he? What is he? What is he? Is he a Buffalo Bill? Yes, he's a Buffalo Bill. Okay, so the Robert Foster to the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, guys, I know that took a minute. Then I need to look up our other guy that we wanted. I wanted to make sure that he is still unsigned, and if he is, then we know his card is headed off to the Vikings, which were his last team of record. So let me grab him, and we're going to look him up. And that's Cameron Petway, who's right here. So once again, if anybody ever wants to know about this, the way I do this, I can't see you in chat right now, by the way, because I'm using the iPad to look this up. But if you just go to NFL.com, they have an active player search. They also have a historical player search. But for the active players, of course, you can just go in there and type in their name. And it will tell you if they're with a team or not. If they don't come up, then you know they're not signed. And for some reason, this is being very, very slow tonight. Okay, yeah, so he hasn't re-signed anywhere else. He was last with the Vikings, so the Cameron Petway is going to go to the Vikings, all right? Now I am back in chat, so now I can see all of whatever you've been saying while I've been doing that, which is probably a whole lot of stuff. So we are first going to take a look at this card. So again, it's Bengals, Jags, Browns, and Redskins on there. The first thing that we will do is go to our spreadsheet. Yeah, Ruben, I knew Petway had been with the Vikings. I mean, my question was just, again, I was making sure that he hadn't, he got cut by the Vikings, right? I'm sure you know that. And so I was just making sure he had not re-signed with anyone else after having been cut there, because if he had re-signed, of course, it would need to go to his new team. And that's why I use NFL.com for that, because if they are still unsigned, they don't come up there. So I prefer to use that, the official source, rather than like a Google or a Wikipedia and that sort of thing. All right, so Joe Mixon, Cincinnati Bengals, That is Golf Pro 2612. D.D. Westbrook here is the Jags for Greg's Coins. Baker Mayfield for the Browns is one Cutie Pie 2010. And then P. Ryan for the Redskins down here is Greg's Coins. So Greg's Coins has two of the four, but you have to have three of the four to end up with 40 or 51% or more. So that means we are going to head over here to random.org. I do enter these things the same way every time, either left to right or top to bottom. This card is oriented left to right, so it's going to go in as Bengals, Jags, Browns, Redskins. Okay, I'm going to hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times do not count. It is the third and final random that makes the determination. So here we go. There's the first one you ignore. The second one you ignore. Here's our third and final. There's our 3 times, our date and time stamp. That one comes up to the Redskins. So that's this card right here has been awarded to the P. Ryan position for the Redskins. And just because somebody probably didn't see me put that in the sleeve earlier and they're freaking out going, oh, she wrote on my card. Yeah, no, we'd never do that. I would never, ever do that. So that one to the Redskins. Next up, we're looking at Ronald Jones for the Bucks, Sam Darnold for the Jets, and Deontay Burnett for the Titans. So we're going to kind of rinse and repeat what we just did a moment ago. So we're coming back here to our spreadsheet. Our Jets, that's Mandam 30. Well, actually, I should have looked at the Bucks first, but doesn't matter. Bucks Golf Pro 2612 and the Tennessee Titans. Hey, look at that. That's Golf Pro 2612. I do not know what is wrong with me tonight. I feel like I need some sugar, or I've had too much sugar, or maybe both. I don't know. Anyway, 2 of the 3 teams are owned by one person, so they own 51% or more. They take this card outright. So that is the Golf Pro 2612 taking the card outright, owning 2 of the 3 teams. Okay, so that's going to go to whichever you prefer to say. You can call it the Bucks, you can call it the Titans. Either way, he owns them both. We'll just circle one on there for the sake of argument. We'll circle Deontay Burnett and we'll call it Titans, but could have been either one. So that is this triple relic taken by virtue of the fact that he owns 2/3 of the card. Now the big one, the big card in the house. This is a nice 1/1 Nike swoosh tag that's incredible for Saquon Barkley and the Giants, and then Deshaun Hamilton and the Broncos. So that's what we're looking at right now. And we're going to go see if we have the same person that owns both teams. They're going to be really happy. And if we don't, somebody's going to unfortunately walk away sad from this one. So let's see what we've got. Fast 0425 with the Giants tonight. And our Broncos, Battleborn Signs and Graphics. Okay, so we are in fact going to random. In this case, because it is a card that is oriented as top to bottom and the Giants are on the top of the card, it's going to be typed in as Giants and then Broncos. I will again hit random 3 times. First 2 will not count. The third one will make the decision. So good luck, Giants and Broncos. This is a really nice card. Good luck to you both. The first one, ignore it. The second one, you can ignore it. Here comes our third and final. And there you see 3 times our date and time stamp. And that one is headed to the Giants. So the nice Saquon Barkley 1/1 and Deshaun Hamilton 1/1 is in fact headed to the Giants. So I know the Giants were sweating that out. The Giants are like, oh, thank goodness. And meanwhile, the Broncos are sad, and I'm sorry about that. That's the downside of random, you know. Sometimes these really nice cards, somebody has to walk away disappointed. Okay, so let's recap what we have. We'll start with, oh, we can't recap quite yet. I'm sorry, guys. We have to verify this Mark Andrews card real quickly. So let's head over to the Panini website, and we will pull up, that's not the Panini website, we'll pull up their checklist and get this one all set up and verified. And this is on the card set of College Materials Signatures. So we shouldn't have to go too far for that. And it is card number 141, Mark Andrews, right there. He is numbered to 99. And of course, it just lists him as an Oklahoma Sooner, so that's so stupid. But Mark Andrews is a Raven. I did look it up already, but he is a Raven, even though I don't know why I say it's stupid on their checklist. It's a collegiate product. Of course, they're going to list his college team, but he is a Raven. You can go to NFL.com. We'll verify that for you. Okay, so the Ravens redemption. This went by way of 2/3 ownership, someone owning the Bucks and the Titans, the two of the three. I just circled it for the Titans. It could have just as easily, I could have chosen the Bucks. It's the same team owner. This one went to the Redskins by way of random.org. This little beauty right here went to the Giants by way of random.org. Which brings us now to the rest of our hits for this evening. There's Robert Foster, Mike White with the patch that I really like, and I can't explain why, but there's something about that patch that I really do like quite a bit. Luke Falk and the Titans. Here comes the handsome James Washington, numbered to 5. That's a heck of a patch. Pittsburgh Steelers. And of course, the nice Josh Adams. Justin Jackson, Josh Allen for the Bills, Anthony Miller, Kerryon Johnson, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Ito Smith, Cameron Petway, and Kerryon Johnson. Oh, you know what? We didn't do that one. That's got to go to random. See, this is a reason we recap, right? Joe Namath, very nice Joe Namath to 10. And yeah, we got to do this. See, that's why I recap. All right, so this is going to be Cameron Petway. We determined already Vikings, undrafted free agent to the Vikings. Cut by the Vikings, hasn't re-signed anywhere else, so we're going to leave him sitting with the Vikings. Kerryon Johnson, of course, is a Lion. So let's roll over here one final time to check this out. Sorry about that, guys. I just had it stacked in the wrong spot. That's what happened to us. Lucas 30, 2011. All right, that's what I'm going to go with. And then for our Lions, it is Tyler. I'm not going to read all those numbers off. So we're back to random one more time here. And let me get myself on the right page and see if we can't get ourselves sorted out here. So the Vikings were on the left-hand side. They're going to be typed in first. So Vikes, and then the Lions. Same as before. 3 times, first 2 ignore. So ignore that one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. There you see 3 times our date and time stamp, and that is headed to the Vikings. So that is this little card right here that is headed to the Cameron Petway Vikings side of the card. Apologies that I missed that one originally. So that's why we recap. We can find, well, one of the reasons we recap, we can find little things like that. And there's another Petway. That's a very nice one. And, of course, that's numbered to only 2. That's the Under Armour logo, and excellent card. Derek Carr to 25, hard-signed autograph, fantastic hit. Fournette, Sony Michel, another nice patch. This is numbered to 5, piece of the Rose Bowl patch. Akram going to the Titans, who've had a nice break tonight. Fran Tarkenton to 5. That's also nice. And then Ricky Williams to 25. Last but not least, our booklets. Alan Lazard, numbered 299. Numbered to 49, it is DJ Chark. Numbered to 49, it's Michael Gallup. And then Darius Geist to 49 for the Redskins wraps us up. So that is case number 2 of National Treasures Collegiate, signed, sealed, and delivered. We are getting ready to go into Unparalleled. Before we do that, we need to put our spreadsheet info up again. So let me get that set up. We're going to get that rolling. And, oh, Jay Allen, you said, oh, now I'm going to pronounce it right this time. Tyrod, okay? Right, Tyrod. Everybody that we've been calling Tyrod Taylor, of course, we all learned in Hard Knocks, is actually supposed to be called Tyrod Taylor. He got hurt tonight, you say. What happened to him, Jay Allen? How badly is he hurt? What's the deal? So here you go. If you haven't seen this before, I'm projecting a Monday shipping date for National Treasures Collegiate that we just opened and Unparalleled that we are about to open. If I could happen to get it out to you sooner, I will. I don't know that I can, but I will. If I can, I will. But I would really kind of plan on Monday. And if you happen to not pull a card in NT Collegiate, your consolation card or cards will ship out with the rest of your break. Of course, the autographed football jersey, which was done earlier, you can see there has a different shipping schedule. And normally the consolation cards for that would be held and shipped the next time you do have a hit. Unless you write me and tell me to do otherwise, and I'll be happy to take care of it. This is 8 boxes of 2018 Unparalleled football. It is break number 4. It's 1 case tonight. When we break this next, which will be later in the week, I guess actually, be next week actually, we'll end up breaking it as a 2-case break the next time you see it, which is how we've done the last couple of breaks. But tonight is just a little 1-case break tonight. Which is not little. I mean, 1 case still got plenty of nice cards and hits in it, but we've just been breaking them as 2. Connor, you said you won the Rams jersey. No, man, I don't need your address as long as it's paid for. It'll be right there waiting for me in eBay. That's the magic of eBay. So you should have, I'm sure when you signed up for eBay, you would have put in a shipping address and all that jazz, and certainly you would have had one there when you checked out and paid through PayPal. And I just print the labels directly from eBay. So all I have to do is just go in and print out the label when it's time to head to you. So you don't have to do a thing. Oh, and Connor says if anybody in here is a Rams fan who wants to trade, he doesn't really care about that Orlando Pace jersey. He's open to trading it. I shouldn't say he doesn't care about it, but in other words, he doesn't have to keep it. He's offering it up as trade fodder if anyone is so inclined. A Rams fan that might want the Pace jersey, then hit up Connor here in chat and let him know. You saw a blurb on the news. You didn't see what happened. They were just saying that Baker Mayfield's probably going to start. Okay, well, I'll be interested to hear what has happened to Tyrod. See, one of the few names I'm pronouncing correctly. But it sounds incorrect because we've been calling him Tyrod Taylor for 10 years. We all have. Since way back into college. I don't know. I still don't understand why I didn't correct somebody in all that amount of time, but oh well, that is another story for a different night. All right, Buckeye, you are looking for mojo for the Bengals and the Redskins. And Jerry is saying the Vikings, the Jags, and the Rams mojo for tonight. And Buckeye for Fun says Tyrod Taylor hurt his wrist, but he came back out and played a series. So we're assuming then that he's not going to be like crazy hurt for a long period of time. It sounds like if he went back out and threw for another series. Greg, I am with you. I think that Joe Namath to 10 was pretty awesome. I think the Derek Carr to 25 was pretty awesome. The 1/1 Saquon Barkley was extremely awesome. James Washington was awesome. We had a lot of nice stuff in the National Treasures break. It was a lot of fun. Randy, you're looking for Patriots and Giants. Christopher Adams is throwing out Mojo for the Packers. And Jay Allen just wants some Panthers. He's easy tonight. He's like, yeah, just bring me some Panthers. Okay, so unparalleled, there are 1,000,001 different patterns in here. The first time we see each one that's numbered, we'll talk about it after that. You'll just know when you see that pattern what we're talking about. So Super Plaid is numbered to 150. So I may just say Super Plaid when they go by. I may just say 150 when it goes by. But you'll know that that's what that is. Anything that is not called out like this or any of these kind of base patterns just means they are not numbered. Okay, this one is called Shine, and it's not numbered. It looks like it should be, but it isn't. It's called Whirl, and Whirl is numbered to 100, and each time you see that, that's what I'll say, either Whirl or 100. So there's another example of Whirl. And we haven't seen, there's Astral. I was going to say, why haven't we seen Astral yet? There's always so many of those. So all these little stars and things, Astral are numbered to 200, and there are loads of them. So we're going to find those just all the time. Crazy number of Astral. And of course, in each one of our boxes, we're going to be looking for 2 autographs and a memorabilia card along the way. There is Astral, Ito Smith and the Falcons drawing first blood tonight with a relic and a signature for Atlanta. Trying to think what other patterns. This pattern is not numbered. It's quite prolific, but it is not numbered either. Flight, that is to 200. Next out is Alvin Kamara to 99. Hey, and it's signed. Oh, yay. A lot of times we pull Alvin Kamara in here and he's a relic, but not that time. Surprise, surprise. Alvin Kamara signature to 99. So the Saints with a nice hit coming through there. That is to 200 with Tanner Lee. A High Flyers Doug Baldwin and the Seahawks. Relic for the Hawks. Greg, you've got the Falcons tonight. Excellent. Well, then you had the first hit out. That's usually a good way to judge how your night's going to go, right? You see the first one out. That's a good thing. Super Plaid 150. And what do we have coming next week? New releases. Oh, it's basketball. I had to think about that a minute. And this is weird, okay? Basketball, we're still opening 2017-18 basketball products, and we're going to be opening them all the way up until like October sometime. Right? How strange, but that's how Panini does it. But in the middle of all these 2017-18 products, they're suddenly dropping 2018-19 Contenders draft picks. So the new draft class of the basketball players for the NBA, that product comes out next Wednesday. So we're going to open a few cases of draft picks or Contenders draft picks basketball 18-19. And then we'll go back to opening a whole bunch of 2017-18 releases that haven't even come out yet. I find it so bizarre that that's how Panini does their schedule, but nonetheless, that's what they do. So we have that on Wednesday, and then we will have Diamond Icons Baseball on Wednesday. But I have an extremely limited amount of Diamond Icons. They only gave me a half a case. That is Super Plaid to 150. So I don't know yet exactly how we'll split that up, but not much Diamond Icon, so it'll be a blink and you miss it kind of thing. That's to 200. And here comes Impact, and that is always to 75. Other card patterns which we don't see as often are Hyper to 25, Fireworks to 5, and if we should be lucky enough to find a 1/1, it is called Burst. This is Whirl to 100. And there's also a hit. This is hyper, as a matter of fact, to 25 right there. There's also a galactic card, which comes out once every 16 boxes. So once every 2 cases when you're dealing with an 8-box case. You know, 2 8-box cases, you'll find one galactic card every 2 8-box cases. Rob Gronkowski, that is a nice little patch for the Patriots. And that's the hyper, so it should be numbered. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, see? To 25. Silly me. I saw the pattern before I saw the number on the back. But that is a nice patch for Gronk. You don't often get those nice patches for the Patriots, so that worked out well. So we may find Galactic in here too, is my point. Roquan Smith to 150 Super Plaid. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers pulling out Ronald Jones. Oh, Greg, you're looking for some Colts tonight too, huh? In addition to your Falcons, you've got the Colts in here. Well, we'll have to work a little mojo magic for that as well. That is to 200. This is to 200, Cooper Kupp. Pioneer Penmanship. Wow, this is a way back, way back. That is to 50 for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is Culp. Curly Culp. And you have to go travel way back in time to find that one for Kansas City. Nice little old school autograph there. One of many things that I like about Unparalleled. The ability to pull some of the old school stuff. But I'll admit, even I am so used to doing the 2-case breaks, because that's the last couple that we've done, that I'm kind of, tonight I'm thinking, wow, where's the rest of our stuff? Like, you know, like we're only breaking 1 case of this tonight? What are we doing? I know, habits. So easy to form. But not to worry, we'll be back in our 2-case breaks before you know it. Probably about this time next week. More than likely about this time next week, we'll do another Unparalleled 2-case break. Yeah, Greg, I'm with you. I like a lot of the old school stuff too. Especially when they're the big names like we pulled earlier with Joe Namath. I think everybody likes those, but I like even the ones like you. I like even the ones that aren't the Joe Namaths of the world. I just kind of think it's fun to pull them. Especially if you're a fan of the team. I know some people buy with the idea that they're going to resell their hits. Some people buy just to add to their own collection. And if you're a fan of the team, pulling some of the history with your old school guys is a lot of fun. That's to 150. We're following that with a Bright Futures numbered to 50. And it's Jordan Howard with the World pattern, which I told you guys earlier is numbered to 100, which it is, except when we see it on a relic, and then it's a little lower numbered to 50 when we pull it that way. But if you see it just on a regular base card like this, Whirl is to 100, like there. That is to 100. That's to 200 with T.Y. Hilton. Oh, wow, Ahmad Rashad. I love that. That's to 50. Speaking of old school, Ahmad Rashad for the Vikings to 50. Oh, that's so much fun. Didn't somebody ask for the Vikings a minute ago, too? Somebody did. I think it was Jerry, right? Calling out for a Vikings hit. Jerry, I hope you like the old school, because I think Ahmad Rashad is awesome to hit. I like that. That's to 200. Buckeye for Fun says, hey, it's okay. You can open another case tonight. You know what? I wouldn't mind doing it, but I think it might cause me to have a little bit of a financial loss to throw in a second case for free. I think might not be in my best interest. That is Super Plaid to 150. The Ravens are coming out. Jaleel Scott to 75. Nice 3-color patch there for Jaleel. Yeah, I don't know why I did this as an 8. I think I I think I must have just, sometimes I'll just look at like, hey, what's been broken in the days ahead and think about how much stuff has got to ship. That's numbered to 200. And then decide, oh, I need to dial back a night so that I, everything can get shipped in a reasonable time frame. That's more than likely what I did. Impact to 75. But all this stuff I do 5 days in advance, so I don't even remember what I was thinking 5 days ago. I don't remember what I was thinking 5 minutes ago half the time. Nick Chubb, that is hyper to 25. Telling you, though, it is a lack of sleep. I have not been sleeping very well. First of all, I just haven't been getting enough sleep because I've been staying up very late working, and then I've been getting up very early and having things that wake me up in the middle of the night, and I don't know. I'm one of these people that I function the best if I had 8 or 9 hours of sleep, but I never get 8 or 9 hours of sleep unless I'm sick. So I usually settle for maybe 7 hours, and I'm kind of okay with that. But last 2 or 3 nights, I think I've gotten no more than probably 5.5 or 6 hours sleep. And now I'm starting to get, how you get sometimes when you just don't have enough sleep and you get, like my mother would call it, punch drunk. I don't exactly know where that phrase comes from, but like you feel kind of like you're like woohoo, but it's just from lack of sleep. That's kind of how I feel a little bit tonight. I'm in that woohoo kind of phase where it tells me I gotta go to bed early tonight. Just have to. I have to. Jerry Rollins, you like the Ahmad Rashad? Good. I'm glad you do. I thought it was pretty cool too. That is numbered to 200. That was Dante Pettis. And now we have coming out for the Cowboys to 25. It's Connor Williams on a nice little hyper background there to 25. Boxing. Oh, Jay Allen, you're saying punch drunk comes from boxing. Oh, like literally punch, like you've been punched in the face. Terrell Suggs to 200. I had no idea that term came from boxing. Huh. That is numbered to 200. Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys. Well, isn't that interesting? So basically, what they're telling us is if we got punched in the face repeatedly, that we would also feel like we'd had a little nip or something. Is that the deal, I guess, with that terminology? Impact to 75 for the Eagles. I guess I'm glad I don't get punched in the head repeatedly then. Super Plaid to 150. Although, frankly, I don't know. Maybe if I made as much as those guys make for some of those matches, I probably would let you punch me in the head repeatedly. That was to 100. Here comes Mason Rudolph, baby. Mason for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Nice hit, Steelers. Nice hit. I forgot to notice what my Steelers went for tonight. Jared Goff and the Rams, that's to 200. But either way, no, that Mason Rudolph probably covered your nut tonight if you have the Steelers. Numbered to 25, it's an Alvin Kamara 2-color patch that will go along with your Alvin Kamara signature that we pulled for you earlier. You said before Muhammad Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's, people used to think that he was punch drunk. Oh, wow, I didn't know that either. And Muhammad Ali is, from nearby, Louisville, Kentucky. I'm surprised. I don't, I guess, know a whole lot of Muhammad Ali history. That is World to 100. I mean, obviously I know who he is and some of the things about him, but I don't know a lot. I did know he had Parkinson's, of course, but... Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Well, thank you for sharing that, JL, and I'm glad to know where Punch Drunk comes from. I wonder if they ever check boxers for CTE. Because, I mean, don't you figure boxers have, you would think, more head trauma than football players? I guess they don't, but it certainly would seem like they would have. Oh, Jerry's just saying concussions. You didn't even hear about concussions. I'm assuming you mean back in Muhammad Ali's day. But I mean, like, what about these days? Do they even talk about concussions in boxing these days? Do you not get concussions in boxing? I would think you would. Randy says you can get punch drunk at the prom. Except I think Randy means literally drunk from the punch at prom, I think is Randy's got a nice little play on words there for our topic. That is impact to 75 for Jordan Reed. We have coming out for the Browns, Josh Gordon. Yeah, I watched that movie when it came out. I think it was called Concussion, wasn't it? About the Dr. Bennett Amalou or whatever his name was, who originally kind of came up of discovered CTE or whatever you want to call it. Super plaid to 150. I mean, not whatever you want to call CTE. I mean, I'm saying whatever discovered. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but anyway, the man who made the link, maybe is the right way to say it. That is Antonio Callaway to 5. Fireworks for the Browns. Kid looks good, too, if they can keep him out of trouble. So, that's a nice little low-numbered hit for the Browns. But, yes, that movie Concussion, if you all never saw it, it came out several years ago. Probably a lot of you have seen it. But if you missed it, it is really an interesting movie. Pat Mahomes to 200. Ronald Jones II for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, Jerry says it's mojo time. And then you said, uh-oh, you have non-reliable mojo. I feel that way too some days. Yeah, I know they busted Antonio Callaway. Of course, he's the one that hid it from everybody. We saw that on Hard Knocks. He got pulled over. He didn't tell anybody. Then they found out about it, of course, when the news broke. And then he got a little lecture about that sort of thing. Will Hernandez whirl to 100. And then, as punishment, in his next game, he had to play pretty much every snap. And the kid was, like, exhausted, about ready to drop over. They're like, nope, you're staying in. Punishment. Josh Rosen to 200. But Antonio Callaway's looking pretty good. That is to 150. Super plaid. And, of course, you heard on there Todd Haley. If you watched Hard Knocks, Todd Haley's on there telling Jarvis Landry, I don't care what you have to do. You take that kid and let him move into your house if you have to. But you get him right and keep him right, basically. Jalen Samuels, another hit for the Steelers. So obviously, Todd Haley feels like Antonio Callaway is going to be a big contributor if they can keep him out of trouble. To 200 on the Astral. Jerry Rollins, what are you saying is a gimme? I just now looked over there, so you probably typed it in at a point where it would have made perfect sense if I had seen it right at that time, but I didn't see it until just now. Yeah, so I'm kind of ready to get to the roster cuts. I'm ready to know who's going to make the team all the way around the board this year. Usually I don't want to have the rosters cut. I'm like, oh, I hate it because there's always people cut that I wish hadn't been. But this year I'm just ready for it. I want to know who it's going to be. I want to get on board with whoever's staying. and get busy with it. Everybody's still talking about when's Le'Veon Bell going to show up for my Steelers. I don't even care when Le'Veon Bell shows up anymore, frankly. He's just going to show up whenever he shows up, and until then, I just don't even care. There is Aaron Rodgers and the Packers die-cut star factor. And you know I'm a big Le'Veon Bell fan, but I'm not so much of a fan of everything that's gone on the last couple of years with all that. And like, I get it. It's a business thing, and he doesn't want to take a chance of being injured. That's Astral to 200 because he's not on a long-term contract. But at the same time, they are paying you $14.5 million to play football. So how about just sign the thing and show up, you know? Ito Smith for the Falcons. That's another hit for you, Greg. Yeah. You said you can't go up to bed with just an Ahmad Rashad autograph. Jay Allen says you need a little luck to come your way, too. Let's hope we can find some luck for both of you then. And this is Hyper. It's numbered to 25. I can never say the guy's name. We've pulled him out of Leaf jerseys a couple of times in the last month, and I butcher his name. I'm just going to call him Roger. So there's Roger, throwback Roger for the Arizona Cardinals on Hyper to 25. That is to 150 Super Plaid. This is to 200. It is Astral. Here's another Ronald Jones. That's to 75. Excuse me. That's one of the few times we only have a 3-color Buccaneers patch. Most of the time we get that, you know, what you just know is right under the other part of that edge with those extra couple of colors in it. Most of the time we pull them as 5-color. But that one, they fooled us, just gave us 3. 200 Astral. 150 Super Plaid. 100 Whirl. To 200, it's Jaworski. We have for the Cowboys a bright future Dak Prescott relic. All right, we have 2 boxes left. We've got to turn up the heat. A few of you are missing the heat for your teams. So let's see if we can't answer the call and pull something out for you here. Maybe we're going to find some fire. It's always an interesting kind of thing with, I don't think it's going to work with this one yet. It's not. With Unparalleled. You have cases where it just seems like every card you pull is crazy good. And then you have cases where you pull tons of old school stuff and not as much current stuff. And then there's cases where you pull all current stuff and no old school stuff. This one's been kind of in the middle because we've had some old school, we've had some rookies, we've had some current stars. Alvin Kamara comes to mind. But we haven't had anything that you look at and go, oh my gosh, that's insane. But we've had a nice mix of stuff. Buckeye for Fun says, where's the Darius Geis hit? He comes out of every case. We haven't seen him yet, though, have we? Super Plaid to 150. Maybe soon. That's to 200, Dak Prescott. To 75, Roosevelt Nix. Hey, that's cool for the Steelers. So I learned an interesting little tidbit the other day about how much some of these rookies get paid. This is Mason Rudolph, Hyper to 25. Because, we've talked about that before, that I've wondered kind of, what's the pay scale for these guys, these rookies. And one of my reps used to work for one of the card companies, so I kept telling you guys I'd pick his brain, and I would always forget to ask him. And I spoke to him earlier this week. I got a little info. Mason Rudolph coming out again. This one is just a relic. Of course, you've already got a signature for Mason earlier in the case. So apparently some of the guys get paid as little as like $1 a signature. It's Kerryon Johnson for the Lions, super plaid to 150. Now we say as little as, but he says that they'll set and sign thousands at one sitting. The other guys, like the high-end, high-profile rookies, there is James Washington. Steelers are having a nice case. Can make up to $50 per signature. Like, I'm talking just the rookies, not the vets. That is to $200. And he said, most of the early first-round guys are probably making somewhere between maybe 15 and 30 up to 50. That was a Saquon Barkley whirl to 100 per signature. And then, of course, they have to figure out in their profitability, they have to know how much money they have in signatures in each product. Kyle Allen for the Panthers. So they would say, whatever, determine what their cost was for everything, then say we can allow this much for signatures, and that will partially dictate how many of what player is in each case, which makes sense. That was Astral to 200. So I just thought that was interesting, and he said one guy that he was there to witness the signatures. I don't know what this particular guy was getting paid per signature, but he said the kid made, he said he was there for just a couple hours with this kid, a few hours, I think he said. But anyway, kid signed enough stickers and stuff that he walked out with 60 grand. So, pretty lucrative. And then some of the higher end players, your Tom Brady's of the world, for instance, are getting paid, $400, $500 per signature. Yeah, so that's why we don't pull Tom Brady's out of everything all the time, I guess, because that's a pretty healthy little chunk of change. But so I guess that answers sometimes like why we find lots of Marquez Valdez-Scantling or lots of, whoever it might be, Darius Geis, whomever. Maybe we're more cost efficient than getting signatures of Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley and such. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting anyway. I like to know weird stuff like that. It's not really weird, but it's not, and I mean, it's kind of relevant, but I don't know. I just like to know the behind the scenes stuff of things sometimes. Numbered to 75. That was Impact, Alvin Kamara. Super Plaid to 150. And that is Whirl to 100. Astral to 200. We are closing in on it, guys. Now we're into last stack mojo. We were already into last box mojo. Now we've got to be into last stack mojo. Super Plaid to 150. Here comes a hit for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's Jordan Whitehead for the Bucs. This is numbered to 200. Carson Wentz. To 100 on the Jordan Howard. The Arizona Cardinals are going to pull out a Josh Rosen relic right here towards the end. Buckeye for fun, you said the Browns just won their game. All right, that's cool. I assume that Baker finished it up. Royce Freeman to 150 Super Plaid. Oh, man, I thought we were going to get out of our first case without finding Kalen Ballage, because you know he's in everything. I thought, oh, we haven't found him in this case. It's going to be the first, but nope, there he is. You knew it. You just knew it. Yeah, so maybe we are going to get out without finding your Darius Geis, but boy, we definitely found Kalen right there at the end. Right there at the end, guys, and everything. All right, so let's do a little recap of what we just hit here. Only one die cut star factor tonight. Usually we find a little more of those in a case, but tonight we found just the one, and it was Aaron Rodgers. Jay Allen, you said that you think I pulled every Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I might have. We pulled a lot, didn't we? So Kalen Ballage for the Dolphins, Josh Rosen, Cardinals, Jordan Whitehead, Buccaneers, Mason Rudolph for the Steelers, Dak Prescott for the Cowboys, Ronald Jones for the Bucks, Alvin Kamara for the Saints, Mason Rudolph, Steelers, Jaleel Scott for the Ravens, Ahmad Rashad, Vikings, Jordan Howard for the Bears, Curly Culp. That is still just a pretty cool hit, I have to say. That's numbered to 50 for the Chiefs. The Panthers hit with Kyle Allen. There's James Washington for the Steelers. Ito Smith, Falcons. Jalen Samuels, Steelers. Ronald Jones again for the Bucks. Josh Gordon for the Browns. The Cowboys hit with Connor Williams. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ronald Jones again. Nice Rob Gronkowski patch. It's a nice Gronk. Got all four colors in there. It's numbered to 25. It's a nice hit for the Patriots. Doug Baldwin, Seahawks, and Alvin Kamara signature for the Saints to 99. And then a second Ito Smith for the Falcons. I guess that is it for tonight, right? We just had the one case, so we're actually wrapped up and finished up before midnight. Can you believe? I know, right? So I will put up the spreadsheet information one more time here for anybody who might have missed it earlier. And of course, once again, let me say thank you. I appreciate everybody who's stopped by and joined the break tonight and joined me in chat and otherwise. So one more time, there's information on shipping and consolation cards. If you didn't hear me talking about it any of the other times or you didn't see it earlier, there it is for your viewing pleasure one final time. And one more quick little spin through the stuff coming up. Tomorrow night is a case of Origins, the last case of Crown Royal Basketball, and the first case of Chronicles Baseball because it comes out tomorrow. On Saturday, we're looking at three-peat basketball, a half case of Leaf autographed jerseys, the final case of Clearly Authentic Baseball, unless I buy more later, and the third case of National Treasures Collegiate, which is all I have on hand. I may go back and buy some more of that. We'll just have to see on it. On Sunday, a triple play baseball box, the third and final case of Leaf Flash Football, a second case of Chronicles. Monday night is loaded up with all kinds of memorabilia, a couple of 2-box breaks. All those are free shipping breaks on Monday night. We're going to open baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, football jerseys, some 2013 playbook, and some 2010 plates and patches. Oh, and a multi-sport jersey, too, Monday night. I forgot about that. And then Tuesday, we'll open a single box of 2014 black gold football and a 2-case break of Unparalleled. I told you it's going to be next Thursday. I'm so stupid. It's actually next Tuesday. So there you go. I can't apparently get my days of the week quite right. But so Tuesday, we will be doing a 2-case break of Unparalleled. And I believe that has got it wrapped up for me tonight. I am going to try to get a decent amount of sleep so I can manage to muddle my way through this a little better next time tomorrow night, huh? Jerry says, will anybody give him $10 for the Ahmad Rashad? You're so funny, Jerry. All right, everyone. Thank you. Good night to you. Hey, Fred, I just now see you. Were you in there earlier and I didn't see you in chat, Fred? I'm sorry if I didn't see it, so... Oh, your wife is mad because she just looked up Ahmad Rashad on YouTube. Oh, well, it's one of those kind of nights, huh? All right, everyone. I am signing off for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again. Bye now.